we were even meeting him at that. And he was incredibly generous with his time. This is a man who hadn't seen his family for 80 days. He'd been underground for 80 days. He'd not seen his close friends for 80 days. He'd only been surrounded by one or two people who knew his location at any particular time. We were privileged enough to meet him in his house, on his first day back in his house after 80 days, and the only day that he'll be in his house, Israeli intelligence is listening. He gave us 2 hours of his time. 2 hours of his time. Every minute of that time, he was at risk from assassination. And he didn't just know that we'd led a convoy, he knew the detail of the convoy. He told us about the Tunisian woman who gave the shawl to be handed over to people in Palestine, to women in Palestine. About the Moroccan woman who'd given her wedding ring to be handed over to people in Palestine. This is a man who could be forgiven for simply speaking to us for a few minutes and then ushering himself out. But he spent 2 hours and he was interested in every detail of what you had all done and what the people had done here who were supporting us. And that for me was the sign of the kind of leadership that the Israeli state fears, and they're right to fear that, because that is the kind of leadership of a liberation movement that cannot be stopped, no matter how many bombs and how many assassinations they launch. And the Palestinian government, and again people who are in any doubt about the effectiveness of what we've done, have afforded everybody associated with the convoy, on the convoy, the most extraordinary of privileges. And that is for everybody to be granted Palestinian citizenship and a Palestinian passport. It's something which is priceless to me, and I'm sure it is to all of you. It's something which we are in discussion with the authorities, the Palestinian authorities, about organising, about gathering in the names here, the passport photos and so on, and that will be organised over the next couple of weeks. George wants to tour around the country, giving out the passports at civic receptions, and I think that's a good idea. I think in Batley and Dewsbury and Manchester and Bolton and so on, that we should have proper citywide functions with people receiving their passport as people are welcomed as fellow citizens of Palestine, and we should get the maximum coverage we can over that. I just want to end with that, because you see there was an attempt here to have a media blackout, a complete media blackout with in the Western media. I should say the English-speaking media, because in France and Greece and Italy and Spain there was quite extensive coverage actually of what we did. But here the largely successful attempts to keep it out of the media, certainly the national media. I have to say that attempt has gone up in smoke over the last 24 hours thanks to a rather stupid neoconservative minister in Canada who has done something which I'd advise anybody not to do. Parliament for Bethnal Green and Bowen, because you always come off worse if you do that, and that's certainly what's happening in the Canadian media and indeed the British media today. We've had more coverage about the convoy thanks to this idiot trying to ban George from getting into Canada than we did over the 3.5 weeks that it took place. But it was short-sighted indeed for the BBC and the newspapers and so on to seek to ignore what we did, because all that it did was emphasise the gap between those people who claim that they're better than us and the people in this room and everybody we speak to and all our friends and the hundreds of thousands of people who support the people of Palestine. It's a gap which is actually unsustainable. It's a political reality which is unsustainable, and therefore I think we should have absolute confidence in what we did and what we plan to do and the ideas that come out of this meeting today. The final thing I want to say is I guess it could be considered even partisan, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. You see, it's very easy for us, I think, to take some of our leaders for granted. That we have George in Parliament, that we have Salma and Ishtiaq and Naeem who came on the convoy. I'm here to say we can't take that for granted. If we want honest politicians, moral politicians, true politicians to speak up for us, then we have to fight for that. And at some point in the next 15 months, a politician will come to you and they will say, please give me your votes. And what I will ask any politician who comes to me and asks for my votes, I'll ask them this: don't tell me what you said, tell me what you did when the bombs were falling on the women and children of Gaza. And I know where our politicians stand on that. Thank you. We need more of those people, and I'll be very honest with you, the basis for those people, those kind of people, are in this room and we're on that convoy. We've taken a journey together which mustn't stop now, but can go forward to greater things. Thank you very much.